and United Nations ranked us as the best country to grow up in. We have all our needs fulfilled. We have good education, we have free healthcare, and we have democracy, and we're really privileged. And we even say that to be born in Norway is like winning the life lottery.
Yes, right.
We have a really good living standards. So it's difficult to answer what do we need, because it's almost like we have all our needs. But one thing I would change about Norway would be that we focus more on remembering our history. Because, for instance, I went to a school called Bergen Cathedral School, and it was founded in 1153 by Pope Hadrian IV.
Mm.
It's one of the oldest schools in Europe, and it still exists today. And as we walk in the corridors, not many people really wonders who built these walls, who founded this school. And also, like for instance, in Norway we have two different written languages. We have one called Bokmål, which is the one Annika and I are writing in now, and we have one called Nynorsk. And Bokmål, which is the one we're writing in now, is the one that was shaped from the Danish and the Swedish union, the time when we were a part of Sweden and Denmark. And then we have Nynorsk, which was one that was created by people who were interested in finding what was the true Norwegian. And they traveled around all Norway and chose the best words from each of the dialects. Mm. And now there's a huge political debate about if we should pursue this Norwegian, pure Norwegian language, or we should have the Danish-Swedish influenced one.
That's very interesting.
And what is interesting is that the young people, they don't want the Norwegian one. And I think it's because it's easier for us to just go along with modern times and like the new. But I think it's very important to remember our history in order to understand our own culture. And not to lose our own culture. That's why I want to see that we remember our history more.
What are you going to do to make that happen?
Well, it is easy to say, make the government do something about it, right? Mm-hmm. But like enforce us to have this. But I think that we should change the mentality of ourselves in order to see it happen.
Yay! Good for you.
And I was thinking too, when you spoke about Norway as such a privileged place, and it's true objectively in terms of the stats. But then, are you taught therefore that because you have so much, you have an obligation to share with those who have less? We call noblesse oblige in the French.
Yeah,
that
like
the more one has, if you have the right mentality, the more obligated you are to want to share that wealth. That would be nice.
Yeah, there is such mentality, and like we're a social democratic country, so we're used to sharing. We have high tax, and we're fine with that. And but like also there's a mentality where like they're trying to say to us that we should not if we earn a lot, we should share, of course. And it's almost like they encourage us to just not strive that hard for much.
Yeah.
And
you should be very proud. There's some very good stuff going on in Norway that I think is admirable in terms of women's health, child mortality. All those stats are very encouraging, really. So you should be proud of that.
Also, the world committed itself about 20 years ago to something called overseas development assistance. It's very common. And every country was asked to try to reach 7%, 7/10% of their gross domestic product for overseas assistance for poor countries. The only country that's currently meeting that goal, the only country, is Norway. Its overseas development assistance far outpaces the United States or any other developed country. So if it's happening at your government level, there's hope that it will happen for the mentality of the people as well, that you have an obligation to others.